Greetings. David Kane here. I'm the founder of the Batchery. I also lead our deep dive course, our main offering, which culminates in this demo day experience. So welcome to the Batchery's virtual demo day for our 10th batch of startups, pandemic style. The Batchery is an incubator and accelerator founded by a network of 30 plus angel investors. Our investor advisors work directly with our startups to build their businesses, as well as build networks and access to capital. Today, we have 10 startups who will be pitching our virtual audience of investors. Each startup will be introduced by an investor advisor who they worked with through the course of the program. You should have all got an invitation to our Demo Day Slack workspace where you can interact with each of the companies in their dedicated channels. After the presentation, we'll also post a link that will direct you to Zoom rooms where you can have your cocktail party, do a live Q&A, and mingle with each startup. So thanks so much for joining us. Hope you enjoy the show. And remember, chase the vision, not the money. The money always ends up following the vision. That's from Tony Hsieh, by the way. Enjoy, everybody.
My name is Andy Rutherford, and I've been an investor advisor at the Batchery for just over 2 years. I've been working with our next startup over the last 3 months to help support them in building out their go-to-market strategy and help them develop a realistic and profitable business model. While still in the early phases, Salsy has definitely identified a gap in the food experience market that they hope to solve. Salsy connects culinary entrepreneurs with a new wave of consumer craving not just an amazing meal, but also an experience. Salsy's marketplace and software platform powers the next generation of dining and food and beverage experiences. Salsy offers an easy-to-use solution for award-winning chefs to organize their pop-up events or promote their in-house dining services. It also caters to food trucks to promote their locations and schedules, and for food festivals to sell their tickets. Salsy's solution brings together marketing, ticket sales, and staffing support under one platform that's focused 100% on the food market. The platform also offers consumers one place to go to get a unique food experience in their hometown or in locations around the world while they're traveling. I'm pleased and excited to introduce Tanaka Wahindi, CEO and founder of Salsy, to tell you more about their vision for the food experience market.
Hi, I'm Tanaka, and this is Eric, a talented and emerging chef out of New York City who does not have $275,000 minimum required to start a restaurant, let alone in this COVID economy. Instead, he relies on food experiences, such as catering and pop-up food events, to build his brand and to book a business. My question to you all is, how does he win? As an entrepreneur, without a marketing and operations machine backing him, and without the exposure afforded to traditional brick and mortar establishments, how does he succeed in the culinary industry? Well, it's a difficult question to answer. If it wasn't, I'm guessing I wouldn't be here. The problem is, this is what Eric has to endure. Managing a food experience is extremely painful and complicated, with multiple platforms across multiple touch points just to ensure successful marketing and event delivery. Suffice it to say, this is not an ecosystem that's set up for culinary entrepreneurs to win. And that's where we come in. Salsy is the one-stop shop for culinary entrepreneurs. We partner with them end-to-end on their food experiences, whether it's generating buzz or helping them access trained and certified culinary and event support. By doing so, we allow them to focus on what really matters, which is creating extraordinary experiences for diverse consumers and generating sustained business. Sounds sweet, right? Well, here's something sweeter. This is an opportunity to define an entirely new market category. If we look at the traditional dining market, we see that it's growing modestly at about 3%. If we look at the experience economy, of which food experience are a component, we see that it's growing even faster, at 10%. But if we dig deeper into the numbers and look at the segments that we're targeting, we see growth rates between 15 and 25%. That means a 2 to 7x bigger opportunity in the market that we're defining versus traditional dining. There's no better time than now. We're targeting a large and unserved category of culinary entrepreneurs who have real pain points with the current ecosystem. And as for that big elephant in the room, COVID-19, and how it fits in, the answer is it not only fits, but it makes the space we're playing in even more appealing. Since COVID, online purchase volumes have doubled. In addition to that, 1 in 4 restaurants are expected to go out of business for good. That means culinary entrepreneurs who have left the restaurant biz will look to Salsy to forge their new futures. Why me and why this team? As I mentioned, my name is Tanaka and I'm the founder and CEO. I have over 8 years of experiences producing large-scale events, both nationally and internationally, including 3 years of business development experience in restaurant, tourism, and hospitality technology. My most recent experience as festival director for New York African Restaurant Week is what brought me here. In that role, I grew the team from 2 to 15 and increased revenue 500% by piloting some of the work that you see pictured here. I'm joined by advisors from some of the world's leading tech companies and Silicon Valley's finest. Pictured here is Carl, food program manager for Airbnb EMEA. And in addition to that, I have a large network of food and food media partners, both in the US and Europe. All this is to say our chances of success are really high, even with name brand players in the market. Then add to that our value-added features in marketing, operations, and personalization. That means we have an opportunity to drive even greater network effects and stickiness for our product. We've already begun the work of uncovering unbiased consumer desire from diners and culinary entrepreneurs alike. And these insights have allowed us to design our first service model. Consumers can either book an experience or pre-order from one of our Beyond Restaurant operators. This equips us with confidence to start executing on our roadmap, starting in Barcelona, Spain. Spain is the second largest dining market after the US, with a quarter of the size, but 2x the growth. By year 4, we hope to be in 84 cities globally. Our go-to-market strategy in Spain is built on strong word of mouth and buzz, starting with in-home experiences to account for reduced outside demand from COVID, which then pivots into larger scale experiences, both in and outside of the home, including our citywide launch event. Our pricing model is simple. No mental math or calculator needed. Ticket experiences are charged a 5% ticketing fee, and our Beyond Restaurant operators who have a pre-order functionality on their menu are charged $100 per month to access our platform with 0% commissions. This is in line with other low-cost market offerings. Business outlook based on this, it's not only blooming, but it's booming, driven by our low weighted average CAC of around $7 alongside our aggressive expansion strategy. We're asking for something small, and you guessed it, sweet. 18 months of runway or $200,000 in the form of a safe to launch to the masses. This investment will include product development, but as well as marketing. We will be able to finalize our MVP and launch, build and launch the alpha, and launch the final release candidate to the masses through our citywide launch event. If you've made it this far, I'm sure you're hungry. But one more question. Are you hungry for more? Then let's get together and power the next generation of food and dining experiences powered by Salsy.
Hi, my name is Gary Kane. I'm one of the founding Batchery investor advisors. One company that I particularly enjoyed working with through Batch 10 was Home Linen Pal and CEO Brian Young. Home Lending Pal is a platform that merges data from trusted online sources to educate consumers on affordable home buying options, streamline pre-approval, and reduce the need to scan paper documents, thereby simplifying the home buying process. As an experienced fintech angel investor and advisor, I'm impressed by how Home Lending Pal simplifies and opens the home buying experience for new buyers and their lenders. Here's Brian to tell you a bit more about his company.
Hello, my name is Brian Young, former Bloomberg Business Week Top 25 Under 25 entrepreneur and co-founder of Home Lending Pal. Combined, my team has over 6 years of experience within the mortgage space. So today, 81% of millennial home buyers have the biggest regret around the mortgage payment amount and the mortgage payment loan type. This presents primarily because there's fragmented, broken workflows within the mortgage industry that requires a lot of paperwork documentations that consumers truly don't understand, force human interaction as far as sales calls. There's no mortgage place to compare mortgage overlays. Hidden costs often sneak up, things like property insurance, taxes, etc. And then consumers have very limited access to affordability risk information. Home Lending Pal looks to address this problem by showing first-time home buyers the homes that they can afford, and then showing them hidden costs that are associated with different loans and different lenders. Our independent mortgage advisor merges digital data from trusted sources to automate the application process. We analyze spending and credit to help plan for home ownership. We provide consumer purchase readiness score to basically monitor when you're ready to buy. And then we give you multiple lenders' affordability risk information directly to consumers. We launched in March of this year. And so far, we've had about 200 people that we didn't know or had no previous relationship with come in and utilize the platform. In its very limited MVP form, we were seeing that people were spending an average of over 3 minutes on the website. In the next 5 years, it is expected that the mortgage market, there would be 4.8 million millennials that would purchase a home. The mortgage overall market is expected to be a $4.2 trillion market, with 391 billion of those coming from online loan originations. Right now, the refinance rates are at historical lows. And because of this, we're expecting to try to become a $100 million company within the next 5 years. But we do have competition within a very competitive space. You'll see companies like Zillow, NerdWallet, LendingTree, Bankrate, and Bundle. What makes us different from these companies is that we do provide a consumer purchase readiness score. We do have a hidden cost calculator, and then we simulate the financial impact of different loans and lenders for an actual consumer. So what this does is that, and you've seen over the last 2.5 years as we've fought to bring this product to market, is that we've actually impacted deregulation within the actual business of mortgage underwriting. So you'll see that our product allows the consumer to actually go much deeper into the process very early on in the process with little to no human interaction. We found that while there would be some huge hurdles that banks and marketplaces would overcome, we're actually opening up ourselves to basically have competition from other startups within the next 2 or 3 years as they try to get more access to different credit information. Our current value proposition for consumers is basically providing greater digital transparency and control by also having tools that are objective and unbiased for them. And then from a mortgage lender standpoint, we're making minimizing risk for them while also reducing the time of and cost of loan originations for the consumers. Our marketplace is actually free to the consumers. We make our money from lenders. We have 4 different revenue streams right now currently, which would be lead generation, targeted ad revenue, click referral traffic, and appointment setting. We have verified all of these with potential partners that we're actually setting up now. We expect to start generating revenue by late June, early July. Our goal in the next 5 years, as I mentioned, is to be a $100,000 company. With this, we expect that our overall revenue will scale as we can grow our actual user base. Right now, we are currently looking to raise about $750,000 to actually go into product development, regulation, APIs, customer acquisition, and working capital. Our goal is to create 50,000 new accounts for web and app over the next 12 to 18 months. The 750,000 will give us about an 18 to 24 month runway. We do have a lot of partnerships that we've set up over the last 2.5 years to spur our rapid growth, including Google Ads, running our ads for the next 6 months after we close our seed round. We are partnered with Zillow and IBM, and we have a bunch of different big players within the market space that are willing to drive traffic to us, as well as help us when it comes to regulation control. With that 750,000, We were selected previously as one of 15 companies globally to be supported by IBM Type Protect Accelerator. We did get approved for data storage from Equifax earlier in Q1. We do now have, as I mentioned, we launched our MVP in March. We just won a $50,000 grant, and our goal within the next 3 months is to be generating over $20,000 a month in revenue and have over 30 lenders on the platform, which we do have support from Zillow to actually make that milestone very achievable for us. So that is our time.
Hi, my name is Ed Duay, and it's been my pleasure to work as a Batchery investor advisor with Stephen Longo, CEO of EatEase, over the course of Batch 10. It starts with a personal passion for his mission, which was derived from his own personal weight loss experience. This, in addition to his conservative financial approach to building the company, combined with his bold expansion plans, leads me to believe that Stephen is on a path to success. EatEase is a modular food container system that allows you to mix and match their perfectly proportioned containers so you can control how much you eat and heat and cool each meal component separately and eliminate the clutter of traditional Tupperware. As a longtime investor and the CEO of a consumer product company, I have been incredibly impressed with the passion that Stephen has shown in building his company and his very thoughtful approach to constructing a vision which I believe is realistic and structured for success. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Stephen, who will tell you more about how it all works.
Hi, my name is Stephen Longo, and I'm the CEO and founder of EatEase, a convenient container system. Too many people's kitchen cabinets and drawers look like this, a combination of multiple containers and plastic bags. I think we can all agree this is terrible. This is Dennis, and Dennis wants to balance nutrition throughout his day, so he packs a variety of food to provide him with all the nutrients his body needs. Only Dennis packs his food into these traditional food storage products that are bulky, heavy, potentially harmful, and always prone to leaks. This is so aggravating. But not anymore. Through EatEase, I have designed a system for food storage that empowers users to customize the container needed to balance nutrition around individual needs, carry and store containers in any bag, kitchen cabinet, or drawer, and securely contain food in durable, non-toxic, and eco-friendly materials. Now, meet Morgan. She likes to cook in the kitchen with her partner, and she uses EatEase containers. Through EatEase's patent-pending modular system, Morgan can now customize the container that works best for her. When she's ready, she expands each container, fills her food, and easily slides it into her bag. All of our products are freezer, dishwasher, and microwave safe, so you can heat portions of your food while keeping others cold. We even provide Morgan with a reusable spork. That way, she can sustainably enjoy the wholesome food she prepared. Then, unlike Dennis, when Morgan's done, she can simply collapse her container to a third of its original size and slip it effortlessly into her bag. While Dennis, well, as you can see, he's still trying to figure out his packing puzzle. In 8 months, I surveyed 1,000 people in my target market, which are health-conscious men and women who have a passion for nutrition and social responsibility, operate a lifestyle on the go, and monitor their spending by preparing meals at home. This allowed me to further validate my assumptions on the value of my products. What you see here is a subset of that survey, which highlights 3 key areas: the biggest challenges consumers face with their current food storage options, how often they experience these challenges, and how much they would spend to solve these inconveniences. From this data and recent conversations with consumers, it is my strong opinion that as the issues with COVID and the current landscape unfold, with people slowly re-entering the workforce and engaging in intermittent travel, that this product and this mindset will be in high demand. And guess what? There's a big market to address. The average annual household spend on food storage products is between $80 and $100. When applied to total U.S. households, it gives EatEase an estimated total addressable market of between $10 and $13 billion. At EatEase, I have 3 main revenue sources: e-commerce, retail distribution, and strategic partnerships with wholesalers and those that provide it with a recurring revenue stream. I've currently been selling this product strictly for pre-order through my website. The key metrics you see on the left were estimated from the data analyzed from pre-order sales. By leveraging this data along with industry average conversion rates, I foresee my serviceable obtainable market in year 1 to generate 6,600 orders by way of e-commerce. By year 3, my plans are to introduce these products to retail stores and further develop the product line, which will raise the average order value for e-commerce and increase customer lifetime value. By year 5, my goal is to be a multinational brand with wholesale purchase partners and a strategic licensing agreement. But what's going to allow me to compete and differentiate this brand? My competitors have shown their success in the space, but the value of their products are limited. EatEase is the only product on the market that provides users with one universal solution to capture all the value users want, a product that is customizable, collapsible, durable, and lightweight. I currently have a utility patent pending in the US, which has been independently reviewed by several patent attorneys who are confident in its approval. Most recent communication from the USPTO earmarks 2021 for approval, and I'm currently working on securing its international exposure. This will strengthen my ability to further separate my product from the competition and engage in future licensing deals. Now, how do I plan to do it? EatEase's marketing strategy spanned across 5 different verticals: social media marketing and advertising, free-to-air, event vendoring, retail, and corporate partnerships, and I've already started making progress. I've secured 200 brand influencers with a total reach of 6.5 million people that will begin promoting the brand and providing it with valuable content. I was asked by ABC4 Low Country Live to be highlighted on their morning show, where EatEase was called a healthy travel essential for 2020. I attended my first event convening 40 people and converted 10% into pre-order sales. I was approached by Newsstand to launch EatEase in stores around New York City and airports such as LAX and Newark. Lastly, I see leveraging corporate partnerships as a way to co-brand this product on a large scale, and I have been engaging with one of the largest American retail companies for distribution. In just 4 months of soft launching my product, I've obtained 1,200 email subscribers through my website that are interested in purchasing the product once fully available. I've sold 480 units, and I've secured 2 partnerships with mobile app companies Simple Habit and Meal Prep Pro, which will begin stimulating my reoccurring revenue stream. The current team consists of myself with an MBA from Pace University, along with 7 years of experience at Ernst & Young in operations strategy, where I work directly with C-suite executives at Fortune 500 companies to help them catalyze people, performance, and profit. I'm currently looking to hire a counterpart that will bring on industry-specific experience in retail consumer goods, giving me more room to concentrate on business development and scale this brand. With me are 3 accredited advisors who have expertise in branded CPG and retail, manufacturing and supply chain optimization, as well as investment banking across the consumer sector. And lastly, a manufacturing partner with a reliable track record behind brands we all know and trust. So far, I've been bootstrapping EatEase myself, and I'm here for the long haul. The first $150K has come out of my pocket in order to get to an MVP, begin tooling and manufacturing, and build a foundation for this business. The additional investment I'm seeking will help expand marketing and advertising efforts, as well as scale the production over the next 2 years. My plan is to eventually get acquired by a larger manufacturer, just as Stasher was recently acquired by SC Johnson. Now, help me deliver a more convenient vessel to balance nutrition, store in your kitchen, and sustainably contain food, all as its mission. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Laura Swan, one of the founding investor advisors at the Batchery. We've worked with many different companies over the course of 10 batches, but I really appreciate that Streo is focusing on a unique problem that has come to light during this shelter in place. Streo uses their AI ML-driven global music event platform to directly connect listeners to their favorite musician. Whether these artists are performing at a festival or more likely in their living room, Streo connects directly to their mixing board to ensure high quality in music. Here to tell us a bit more about how it all works is Streo's founder, Ayush Dewan.
Hi everyone, my name is Arush and I'm the founder of Streo, a digital events platform for artists and fans. Here's a fact, pre-COVID-19, live events was the #1 source of income for artists. As you know, live events are cancelled indefinitely, leaving many artists unemployed. This highlights the urgent need for a digital events platform that offers artists a new source of income while growing and engaging their audience irrespective of the lockdown. Streo enables artists to live stream high-quality audio-video by geotagging their location and fans to discover live, past, and upcoming events from around the world. We use AI and machine learning to recommend events based on the fan's location, music taste, and listening history. Fans can choose to either preview or access the complete events library. Preview is free, ad-supported, and access is for a monthly subscription. Ads monetize free users, and preview creates demand for access, thereby driving subscriptions. The revenues generated is fairly distributed between the value creators, that is Streo, labels publishers, and artists who live stream minimum one event per month, thereby driving monthly active artists, which is a key driver of subscriptions. Music ticketing is a $24 billion industry with 392 million ticket buyers spending on average $63 per annum. 0.25% of ticket buyers subscribing to Streo results in 1 million monthly subscribers and $120 million in annual revenues, which is a serviceable, obtainable market in the next 3 years. We estimate the digital events industry to be over $5 billion or 20% of the ticketing industry. Existing players offer a variety of content due to which their product, business model, and licensing strategy is not built for hosting events. This results in poor discovery of events, inconsistent audio quality, blocked content, and most importantly, poor compensation for the artists. Streo's competitive advantage is its laser focus on capturing and recommending events to provide fans an immersive experience while compensating the artists fairly. In beta, with an investment of $400,000, we built a library of 5,200 music events featuring 1,400 artists from 600 venues across 50 cities. We have 250,000 registered users, a product rating of 4.2 out of 5, and have generated $35,000 in sponsorship revenues from global brands like Absolut, Budweiser, and Red Bull. Streo is a G-Beta Music Tech alumni powered by Capitol Records and Generator, a gold-tier US accelerator, and is currently in the Batchery Accelerator powered by Silicon Valley's leading angel group, Sandal Angels. We have developed the prototype of the subscription version and have negotiated term sheets with some of the major and independent labels and publishers for multi-region music licenses. Our growth strategy is to activate network effects since they're responsible for 70% of the value created and is the number one way to create defensibility in the digital world, according to nfx.com. As you can see, our network effects is designed such that more labels drive more artists drive more listeners, and more listeners drive more labels and more artists, thereby driving exponential growth. The growth strategy translates into 25,000 monthly active artists, 1 million monthly subscribers, $75 million in revenues, and achieving profitability by 2022. 70% of revenues are paid out as royalties, and key operational costs are in people, technology, and marketing. This financial forecast is based on conservative conversion rates. And that's just scratching the surface. We have a much bigger opportunity of a digital events marketplace offering live music, tickets, and merchandise under one roof, and offering products and services to several stakeholders in our ecosystem, which is our plan after achieving 1 million monthly subscribers. We're an experienced team. Streo is my third venture with one prior exit. Prerna has 10 years experience in marketing for brands like Pepsi and Flipkart, to name a few, at a multinational media agency. CTO Paul is a full-stack engineer with 15 years experience in building MVPs and scaling products. Artist manager Trevor is an up-and-coming LA DJ with IBM tech sales background. And we have licensing guru Gregor Pryor for strategizing and closing the required licensing deals. We're raising a seed round of $1.5 million via a convertible note in 2 tranches. Tranche 1 is $500,000 to release a subscription version, secure 10 music licenses, and file patents. Tranche 2 is $1 million for scaling to 1,000 monthly active artists, 10,000 monthly subscribers, and $1.5 million in annual revenue run rate. So please get in touch with me if you have any questions. I'd love to share more on this opportunity. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Josh Langenthal, and I'm one of the investor advisors at the Batchery and also one of the managing partners. I'm excited to introduce Round 2 because as an advisor who has worked with them on developing their company over the past 3 months, they bring so many of the factors of what makes a great startup to the table. Round 2 is a platform that allows its users to sell their existing sporting equipment to other users when they're done with it. As a parent with high school-aged children and as a former part owner of a professional sports team, I know how much equipment costs can really add up, and old equipment can really take up a lot of space and storage too. Being able to turn that liability into a revenue stream is a game changer for athletes and parents alike. Dylan Breslin and his co-founders have already displayed great traction, and they are ready to take their next steps. Please welcome Round 2.
I'm Dylan, co-founder and CEO of Round 2, the platform that connects youth athletes to affordable sporting goods. We launched our peer-to-peer mobile app 1 year ago, and sales have totaled over $200,000 with a $1 million run rate before the end of this year, thanks to our expansion and update currently in beta. Let's take a step back. The sporting goods industry has reached a value of $100 billion a year here in the United States because popular pro athletes are dominant forces in driving sales to the 60 million youth athletes who play. The result? The average family is spending a total of $600 per season, or as much as $7,500 in a year on their kids' sporting goods needs. Furthermore, many parents and athletes are unsure where to even purchase the best goods for them in terms of value. The whole system is fragmented. Because of this, 45% of American youth will never play a sport. Round 2 solves this by providing a marketplace that aggregates the best sporting goods from the top online retailers and brands to match athletes with the perfect gear for them at the best price. You could call it the first search engine for sporting goods. We use AI and a proprietary ranking system to sort the results based on what we know about the athlete, personalizing each search. By learning about our users from the start of their Round 2 experience, like what sports they play, at what levels of competition, and what brands they prefer, helps us automate results over time while building out tens of thousands of different athlete consumer profiles. Take one of our customers like Chase, for example, a Division I freshman baseball player. Chase was always searching for affordable gear online and in-store. Chase found out about Round 2 last June and never looked back. Chase told us that the best part about Round 2 is having all the sporting goods from places he is usually searching in one place, knowing that his experience will be tailored to exactly what he's looking for, unlike on other platforms. Every time Chase or one of our users clicks through to a partner site and that item is purchased, Round 2 makes money. On average, we net 10% of the total sale price. This updated approach allows us to launch more than 30 sports effortlessly with item supply in the millions, and our partnerships include some of the biggest names in our industry. As we continue to scale, Round 2 will offer community-like features, creating a market network. These features include individualized buying guides and the opportunity to engage with top sporting goods brands through polls and surveys. Thanks to the success of our expansion beta, we're projecting a 250% increase in sales before 2021. The sky's the limit after 2021, as future plans include monetizing via localization, rewards and cashback incentives, and moving both horizontally and vertically within the sports world as we continue to gain market share. It's not just us. Others are taking note of what we are up to, and we have received recognition in some of today's top news and media outlets. Now, to see Round 2 through to the very top, my co-founder and I bring together a great blend of skills. I generated over $2 million in annual recurring revenue at the previous startups I worked for, ultimately helping them raise a combined $75 million in investment. And Brian, well, he's lived and breathed the athlete lifestyle starting from such a young age and has developed inside knowledge and connections with the sports world that are unparalleled. He was drafted out of Auburn University to play baseball at the highest levels, first for the Kansas City Royals before later signing with the Chicago White Sox. Together, we're forming the origins of a super team. We're backed by Capital Innovators, a top 5% accelerator, and our great incubator partners, Stitch Crew and the Oklahoma City Thunder Launchpad, along with, of course, the Batchery. Additionally, our partnerships with NBC Sports Engine and the Cleveland Cavaliers, along with Octagon Sports Agency, have given us access to millions who will benefit from using Round 2. We have just opened a pre-seed round where we are raising $1 million on a safe or convertible note with a $4 million valuation cap, and we plan to close this round over the next 6 months. These funds will provide a 2-year runway from the date of close, where 50% of funds will go towards paying a team of 5, as we plan to hire a director of operations and a marketing specialist, really rounding out a talented and select group. 40% will go towards marketing endeavors such as content writing, SEO, and retarget marketing and social media marketing. The last 10% will be spent on overhead and capital expenditure. This funding should allow us to reach 200,000 users and generate nearly $6.5 million in sales, and allow us to start testing a cashback and loyalty incentive. We plan to be acquired by a larger company within 5 years, IPO within 8 years, or stay private and pay dividends to our investors. Similar companies to us have sold to competitors for billions, while others were strategic acquisitions, strengthening the buyer's portfolio of companies. Gone are the days where athletes and families need to pay premiums and waste their valuable time just to get their most desirable sporting goods. Round 2 is the modern shopping experience all athletes have been waiting for. And that wait is officially over. If you'd like to learn more about this opportunity or have any specific questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Niels Faché, one of the Batchery Investor Advisors, and I'm here today to introduce Marvin King, founder and CEO of Compete Running. Did you know that there's not a common and comprehensive measurement to gauge a runner's competence? In golf, for example, every player has a handicap, and that is a key measure of performance. Not having a universal measurement makes it actually harder for the community of runners, race directors, coaches, and suppliers to connect and network. Compete Running has come up with a solution, one standard to gauge a running competence. Marvin is uniquely suited to address this market opportunity. He is not only a marathon runner himself, but also a licensed coach, a race director, and a running club manager. He has a unique, holistic view of the world of running. Marvin has taken first steps with the implementation of an app that collects runners' data and provides a score. He already has 150 test users. It's been my pleasure to work with Marvin on his business plan during the Batch 10 program, and I'm excited to hand it over to him so we can all learn more about his company.
Greetings, my name is Marvin King, and I'm here to introduce you to Compete Running. The pain point Compete Running addresses is there is not one comprehensive measurement gauging running competence, like a golf handicap or a rating number for tennis players used by the U.S. Tennis Association. The value proposition we bring is one comprehensive number attesting to your running competence. We categorize runners as novice, beginner, intermediate, advanced, or elite, weighted by age and gender. The result is, with all runners categorized by a common metric, coaches, clubs, and race directors can better ID their appropriate clientele and service their customers. What we do is, for every run, we look at the pace, the total time run, the distance, the elevation gain, the altitude, the temperature, the dew point, the wind speed, and we put this all into a 1 to 100 scale for comparability. So if you run a 5K in the hills of San Francisco in 25 minutes, and someone else runs a 5K in 25 minutes on the flatlands of the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the person in San Francisco will likely have a higher score because of the harder environmental conditions. This score and the number provide a wealth of opportunities for coaches who want to grow their customer base, race directors who want to better ID their target market, clubs looking to increase membership and engagement, and race registration and timing services companies who want more services to offer their partners. The feedback we've received is positive. The process was super simple, easiest race I've ever put on. Runners like the compete score angle. The players in this field are many. You have timing companies and race registration platforms such as Run Sign Up, InMotive, Race Roster, but we actually see these as future partners. You also have thousands of personal running coaches. Again, we see them as partners. Same with the thousands of running clubs. Now, of course, there are many apps in this space such as Strava, Nike Run Club, Fitbit, Garmin, and so forth. But the way we see this is runners give different apps opportunities. So we believe that while there is a lot of competition out there, it is certainly not insurmountable. And in fact, why we are different from all the others is that we see the runners as more than just a passive consumer giving them data or registering for a race, but we want to give them more agency in making their decisions. And so the data-driven recommendations we're providing treat them as more than just a passive consumer. So we've looked at the competition, and I'm not going to belabor this slide. If you'd like to come back to it in Q&A, I'm happy to. But just know that we offer a wide range of services for a lower price, which we believe will make us very competitive and eminently scalable. The product lineup we're offering initially is the score for each run, a relative effort indicator, the compete number, which is the accumulation of all efforts, lots of charts and downloads, coaching features, training plans which will monetize, and race features. The market for this is large. You have 55 million runners just in the USA. You have about 30 million frequent runners, and then you have 8 million competitive runners, about 15% of the total market. Compete Running is designed to readily scale from SOM to SAM. The revenue generated from this market is 5 million users by the end of 2023. At a 7% conversion rate, will lead to 13 million in annual recurring revenue. How are we going to reach these runners? Well, with just our first 2 distribution channels, we can reach millions of potential customers. We are working closely with Orbiter Timing out of Tacoma, Washington. They have contracts with thousands of schools, parks, trail runs, nonprofits in the U.S. military, and are in 40 countries. We are going to Orbiter system to reach the broadest possible audience, and we're working with their manager on gamifying the content so as to appeal to the most number of runners. Likewise, we are working with Run Sign Up, America's largest race registration platform, so that when runners register on Run Sign Up, they'll actually come across Compete Running. My name is Marvin King. I'm a Run Club founder, race director, event director, licensed coach, and a 3-time Boston Marathon qualifier. I also have a PhD and loads of experience on community boards and starting sustainable organizations. I mentioned Greg Stewart with Orbiter. He's helping us reach the widest possible distribution channels. Christopher Gordon is the technical advisor. Nathan Jacobs is the technical consultant. And we are a part of the Batchery Accelerator. The seed round, this seed round, we seek $325,000 in a convertible note, a 20% discount. We're using the funds for marketing and coaching, but primarily for development of the training plans, which we will monetize, as well as reaching millions of users via distribution channels. Our first milestone is 50,000 users. At the moment, we have 145 users with 4 APIs in development to reach users. We offer the following features: the Compete Score, games, similar Run Finder, data download, and iOS mobile is coming along any day now. With the seed round, we expect to reach 3,500 paying subscribers and add additional features such as the compete number and the race registration and training plans, which we can monetize. In future years, we expect to add far more features, especially the nudges and the race recommendations, which we'll monetize. And I can answer questions about that in the Q&A. Our goal is an exit in 4 or 5 years. You see companies such as Under Armour, Adidas, ASICS, and Google, which have bought run data apps over the last 5 or 6 years. And we believe with your investment, Compete Running can join this group of companies. Again, my name is Marvin King. Thank you for your time. I look forward to working with you, and I'm happy to take your questions in Q&A.
Hi, my name is Martin Otterson. I'm an investor advisor at the Batchery, and I've been lucky enough to work with Layer 5, founded by Sushil Goel. He's got 20 plus years of marketing experience. He's bringing to this plunge that he's done as a new startup. And one of the key pieces when he pitched me his idea of taking his ad marketing experience and bringing it to customer identity to help people better understand their customer, I realized through working with him what a hot space this is. And there's no better proof than actually having him implement it into another company I work with. It's an online retail company, and we sell Billy footwear. So he's worked closely with the founder, Billy, to actually implement a solution and bring the results to life, which is ultimately understanding our customers that may be through another customer, like a retailer. So we have direct access and trying to understand their behavior. And at the end of the day, allow us to drive leads to our retailers as they come to us. So we are providing value to our partners. So all in all, really exciting working with him. And it's been a great pleasure. So ladies and gentlemen, here's Sushil.
Hi, my name is Sushil Goel, and I'm the founder and CEO of Layer 5. Layer 5 is a unified consumer data and privacy management enterprise SaaS platform. We are redefining GDPR and CCPA compliance market and turning it from being a cost center with no focus on consumer experience to a profit center that provides great consumer experience. And while doing so, we also help enterprises generate significant ROI on their marketing spend. So the problem is that with explosion of devices and channels, the consumer data is scattered across the enterprise. And because of that, it's very expensive for enterprises to comply with data access requests as part of the GDPR and CCPA compliance. So I'll give you an example. If I want to know what all data Macy's has on me, I'll head to their website, will fill a form, and then Macy's will go try to find my data from over 27 different enterprise systems, collect that data, and then send it back to me after a few days. Now that's expensive for companies like Macy's, and it's not exactly winning my trust as a consumer. The other problem is that advertisers like Macy's are not using their own data effectively and are wasting almost a quarter of their marketing spend. So the solution is to resolve and unify consumer identities across all marketing sources, both online and offline, and build a unified consumer profile. Then companies like Macy's can make that profile available to all their authenticated consumers and avoid needing to handle a separate data access request. Also, that consumer profile can be integrated with the marketing platforms for better targeting, better personalization, and for improving marketing return by many folds. This is exactly what Layer 5 does. But then the question is, why us? So there are a couple of ingredients in our secret sauce. One is that connecting online identities such as cookie IDs and device IDs with offline consumer identities is hard. And it's hard because online identities are very fickle. So that's why we own data collection from enterprise online data sources such as websites and mobile apps. And that allows us to have maximum coverage when resolving online identities. The second ingredient is our AI-based technology that resolves these identities back to a single consumer. And we are filing a patent on that. So we have a very large addressable market with $1.7 trillion in marketing TAM and an additional $120 billion in data protection TAM. We are targeting to capture about $100 million in ARR in the next 5 years. And we can achieve that by just focusing on retail and financial services clients with over $25 million in annual revenue, with our ARR being on average $60K per customer, which is on the low side. So how do we achieve that? So we have two-pronged strategy, direct customers and tech partnerships. On the direct customer side, there are over 1 million e-commerce stores that are on Shopify and Magento platforms. We have already built an integration with Shopify that allows Shopify stores to save cost on privacy compliance, as well as generate better marketing return. We are planning to use outbound sales and marketing to acquire customers out of this large pool. Besides that, we have partnership opportunities with marketing and advertising companies, marketing services companies, as well as data privacy compliance companies. In terms of traction, we have our pilot customer. It's an e-commerce retailer on Shopify. And then we have a few key opportunities. Citibank that we are targeting to close in Q3. Then we have a tech partnership discussion that's ongoing currently with Axiom. And a UK-based data protection monitoring company, we have a business opportunity with them, and they have validated that our platform fills a gap in their market. And there are a couple of e-commerce retailers from India as well. So in terms of competition, there are marketing and advertising companies that offer identity resolution and single view of the consumer. But that's not their core business. Their core business is some other marketing functions, such as email campaign management, etc. And some of them have holes, such as they don't have a solution to resolve online consumer identities. On the other hand, data protection, data privacy compliance vendors such as OneTrust and TrustArc, their expertise lies in data protection regulations and not in consumer data management. Also, their approach is to be a cost center to the enterprise. And custom solutions are very expensive and are not nimble. So a little bit about myself. I've spent a few years in Big Four consulting company, and I've held leadership positions in multiple enterprise SaaS startups. I have tech as well as professional services background. Gaurav is our data scientist who is helping build the AI part of the tech. And I'm looking for a co-founder with sales and operations expertise. So if you have any recommendations, please shoot me an email. And I got a great group of advisors. So we are looking to raise $1.5 million in SAFE with 20% discount. That gets us to $1.3 million in ARR by Q3 of 2021 with a total of 24 customers. And we get there by acquiring 5 customers this year, and then 5, 6, and 8 additional customers in every quarter of next year. And these estimates are very conservative. So contact us if you want to get involved. Thank you very much.
As an investor advisor at the Batchery, I'm always looking for scalable startup solutions that solve real business problems. My name is Jeff Wallace, and having advised our next batch company for the past few months, I'm excited to tell you why I think Snapstrat is onto something particularly relevant to businesses today. Snapstrat empowers organizations to dramatically improve outcomes through smarter use of data, better collaboration, and more nimble decision-making. Their technology reduces reliance on highly paid consultants and has already proven its effectiveness with multiple name-brand enterprise clients. In my experience as a strategist and an executive, I've seen the need for this kind of technology across a wide range of industries. Here to tell you more about how it works is Snapstrat CEO, Jonathan Stern.
I'm Jonathan Stern, CEO and founder of Snapstrat. We understand that as investors, you want to make winning investment decisions in innovative companies with great teams. Today, we want to show you how Snapstrat has already overcome many of the hurdles that typically inhibit a startup's success. Strategic decisions create massive value. They create winners and losers. And yet, in many enterprises, the strategic decisions are often made manually in meetings, on spreadsheets, or by using expensive consultants or internal teams. I know, I was one of those consultants. And I launched Snapstrat because I believed there had to be a better way. But let's bring it to life a little bit. Let's look at a typical Snapstrat user. Let's meet Jill. Jill is a marketing executive in a Fortune 500 company. To realize her strategy, Jill needs to allocate her marketing spend across priority customer segments. The old method of using spreadsheets and meetings won't let Jill allocate her spend effectively anymore. She needs a tool that's always up to date, one that lets her set her strategy and allocate her spend dynamically, but that also empowers her team to make their decisions downstream also aligned to that strategy. And that's exactly what Snapstrat gave her. We mapped their decision, ingested the key data, and configured our platform for their workflow, from quarterly and annual budgeting right down to the weekly execution of marketing campaigns. As you can see here, Jill can use the tool to view her latest data. Her team can try different scenarios and understand the trade-offs between them. And then they can use the tool to manage their own individual decisions downstream, also aligned to the overall strategy. Finally, machine learning ensures that the decision outcome improves over time. So what's the outcome for Jill? A higher marketing ROI, lower cost of expense of developing marketing plans and budgets, and a repeatable process aligned to the business strategy. Snapstrat takes management decisions like Jill's and provides an application that transforms and digitizes that process from strategy to execution, an end-to-end flow. We're doing it now at Sephora, managing a $250 million spend on marketing allocation. And we're going live this month at Frontier Communications, helping them to optimize their subscription pricing. So why are these blue chip companies investing in Snapstrat solutions? They want better decision outcomes, impacting both top line and expense, and a repeatable process, all at a lower cost than expensive internal teams or consultants. In addition, Snapstrat's machine learning ensures that their outcomes adapt to business change and improve over time. Our feature-rich platform is built on emerging technology standards. These allow us to provide to our customers a highly tailored application, but it provides the scale benefits of a SaaS platform. The technologies that allow us this level of customization and yet having SaaS-like economics were not available just a few short years ago. The market is large, but by focusing on specific decisions in specific industries, it'll allow us to very quickly scale around a small number of customers and industries. Our premium pricing can be configured to meet the needs of enterprise buyers, allowing us to charge all upfront or a pure SaaS model, depending on whether the company wants to spend capital or expense. Our engagement model allows us to show value quickly with a proof of concept and then build enduring relationships as we digitize companies' most important processes. We have the business experience to sell and maintain durable relationships with C-level executives that this kind of product category demands. We sell both direct and through the consulting channel. The consulting market helps us avoid building large go-to-market and services organization and allows us to scale our business much more rapidly. Currently, enterprises make these decisions with a hodgepodge of technology solutions, spreadsheets, internal teams, and consultants. We bring all of this together into a single end-to-end application that empowers our customers to make these decisions and execute them on their own. This provides a significant differentiation for Snapstrat, from speed to value, to price point, to the unparalleled agility of our platform. We provide a solution that will allow business users to feel in control of their decisions, not just one time, but permanently. I'm incredibly fortunate to have this group around me who bring over 100 years of highly diverse experience across a number of different domains. Between the advisors and the leadership team on this page, we have expertise in every element required to make a company like ours successful. From the technology architecture, to the product design, to the go-to-market, to just how to scale a startup. I can call on any of these leaders and get instant, credible action and advice. We have market traction with industry-leading customers that are paying Snapstrat today for some of their most important decisions in their business. We have a rich pipeline going forward that allow us to double down on this set of customers over the next 12 months. We have been able to bootstrap off of our revenues and are now poised for growth. We're at that inflection point, that proverbial hockey stick, where we are able to scale rapidly as we take on new customers and expand existing relationships. We've built our product, we've validated in the market. This investment is about scaling the company. We have two paths for investment. In the short term, we're live on Seed Invest at the terms you see on the page. We can take investment on or off that platform. In the second path, we want investors to go on a journey with us, only investing additional capital at the original terms if we achieve significant milestones in our business along the way. We started by talking about how you as investors make your most important decisions. Snapstrat's unique approach to enabling our customers to improve the outcome of their most important decisions is what has gotten us to where we are today. With our team, our traction, and our readiness to scale, Snapstrat delivers an outstanding investment opportunity that should make your decision to invest in us straightforward. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day hearing about Snapstrat. We couldn't do it without our investors, and we'd love to talk to you more about our company, our vision, and our team. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dave Nagel, and I've enjoyed working as an investor advisor with our Batch 10 company, MiTerro, throughout their Batchery experience. MiTerro has developed a proprietary fabric technology that allows them to transform milk waste into a soft, durable fabric. Their brand is live and already has major partnerships in the works to help them make waves driving sustainable change and growth in the agricultural industry. Here to tell us more about their progress and plans is founder Robert Luo.
Are you tired of sending your food waste to landfill and polluting our environment? Well, I am. When I visited my uncle's dairy farm in China in 2018, I was shocked to see buckets and buckets of excess milk sitting in his farm. He was really frustrated because those were money to him, so he asked me to help him find a solution to distribute all these excess milk. That was when I first investigated the impact of food waste to our climate. Little did I know that this is a bigger problem than it seems. All around the world, 1/3 of the food we produce goes to waste every single year, and that creates 3.3 billion tons of greenhouse gases, which equals to 37 million cars driving on the road at the same time. Amongst that, 128 million tons of milk are dumped. Food waste is a central problem, but there hasn't been a sustainable or affordable solution until now. My company, MiTerro, is the world's only biotechnology company that rescues food waste and re-engineers it into good food. What do I mean by that? First, we use our patent-pending process called PROAC to extract the bad casein protein from bacteria-grown milk. Once we have these bad milk, we remove the bacteria from it and purify it into good casein protein. So now these food can be made into dairy products again. But we don't want to stop there. We created another process called DFS, in which we turn these casein protein into fiber that you can see right here. Currently, there are two types of fibers in the world, petroleum-based and plant-based. We are creating a third type, which is protein-based, made from food waste. Our fiber can apply to apparel, medical appliances, bed lining, and food packaging. Our goal is to replace petroleum materials with protein-based materials made from food waste. We are redefining circular economy in which everything begins with food waste and ends as recyclable or biodegradable. In stage one, we started with B2C to validate our market. We sold over $100,000 in just 9 months from selling our t-shirt that I'm showing right here. In stage two, which we're currently on, we will supply our fiber to other companies. In stage three, we will license our technology and to open source our process to agricultural plants and farmers to help them out. We're looking at a very big industry. The global textile industry is $1.3 trillion and the US is $15 billion. And the food waste food waste industry is $1 trillion globally and $27.5 billion in the US. We have 30 years of supply chain relationship. We have filed 2 patents, and we will file 4 more invention patents later this year. We are partnering with Dairy Farmers America, which is the biggest raw material supplier in the world, and Danone, Nestle, and General Mills to help these companies reduce and recover from their food waste. Our fiber is cheaper and requires 60% less water compared to organic cotton. We have won several prestigious awards, one of them being the champion of Startup World Cup Chicago Regional, in which we'll compete for $1 million grand prize later this year. Because of our unique technology, Nike has purchased our product and fiber to conduct more testing. We supplied Danone's 2020 Dairy Forum. Entire apparel came from us, and we will supply more of their future events. We have also signed LI with H&M, Ralph Lauren, and Richemont. We're currently participating in Dairy Farmers America Accelerator and Sprint Accelerator. We have been featured in Forbes, Business Insider, and China's Central Television, which broadcasts to 1 billion viewers worldwide. That helps us to gain momentum exposure to launch our product in China later this year. Our primary competitor is Q Milk. They are a German company that blends fresh milk with acrylic, which is a harmful petroleum-based chemical. Their process is costly and not eco-friendly at all. Whereas MiTerro, we never use petroleum material in our process. Our fiber is more cost efficient, cost lower than Model organic cotton. Also, it's 100% biodegradable. We have a team that generates results. I have started 3 companies with 2 successful acquisitions. We have a team of PhD material scientists, chemists, and marketing experts. 50% of our team are female, so we highly value diversity in our team. As for future, we want to continue developing technology, products from food waste. We're testing on a separate technology that can turn whey, which is the byproduct of yogurt and cheese, into packaging film for food to replace plastic packaging. We're also working and testing on vegan milk and turn it into fiber that can apply to fashion, medical, and food packaging industries. Social impact at the core of our business. We want to help agriculture plants and farmers who are struggling by outsourcing our process. We want to rescue food waste and make it and give it a new life. For every product we sell, we plant 15 trees and we donate 20 meals. We're currently raising $800,000 on a safe. 70% of the funding will be used for us to remodel our R&D facility in Shanghai and to continue developing our technology. 20% will be used to help us launch our commercial pilot once we started partnering with our partners. Thanks to our innovative technology, food waste can now be rescued, re-engineered to replace petroleum materials. Welcome to the future. The next time you see food waste, don't cry over it. Just wear it. Thank you.
Greetings. David Kane here again. In addition to hearing from our great Batch 10 companies, we also like to bring in alumni to highlight. As many of you know, our investor advisors don't just work with our startups, they invest. Here to introduce our Batch 7 startup, GolfKicks, is our investor advisor and Batchery CFO, Chris McCulloch, who not only worked closely with GolfKicks, but led their first round of funding. Over to Chris.
Greetings, Batchery community. Hope you are all well during this difficult, challenging time. I've got the distinct pleasure today to introduce really a superstar from our prior batch, one of our prior batches, GolfKicks, and its founder, Tyler Stewart. And in that regard, I didn't want to get into too many of the details as Tyler's got a 7-minute presentation that's going to follow this introduction. But I did want to tell you that, again, this company is a rising superstar in our ecosystem. He's really found an opportunity in the traction world. He's taken it from golf traction into multi-sports. And so I wanted to give you just some highlights from an investor perspective about my experiences with him and why I'd highly recommend investment. And that is, number one, he's been incredible in terms of communication, transparency. He has taken an amazing initiative. And I've seen his ability to really tap into social media, into online merchandising, and kind of the next generation demographics. And that's obviously going to serve him and his investors well. I've also been able to see him take the initiative and kind of strategic vision to develop partnerships outside his company that I think are going to be very fruitful in the future. And so in this regard, and in all regards, I highly recommend you consider investing with GolfKicks. And as they say on the links, I've got your shirt here, Tyler, my favorite golf shirt, 4.
Hey everybody, it's Ty from GolfKicks. Congratulations, batch 10. We were in batch 7 way back in the day. Not that long ago, actually. My company, GolfKicks, turns ordinary sneakers into extraordinary golf shoes. The problem we set out to tackle about 1.5 years ago is that people just don't really love golf shoes. They're expensive, uncomfortable, limited in selection, and especially the next generation of golfers doesn't really like them. Plus, about 20% of people out there on the golf course are just wearing sneakers, so they don't have the necessary traction to play golf. Our solution is a traction kit. Looks like this. Comes with 20 spikes. Screw them straight in, turn any pair of sneakers into golf shoes. I'm gonna turn it over to Johnny, age 10, to show you how it's done.
Okay, and then you got one in there. But if you're not as manly and as strong as I am, you can actually just use a drill. If you have this little hex thingy, just do it this way. It's pretty easy too. All you really got to do is just go. Yep.
It's $32. We sell it direct on Amazon and GolfKicks.com. And the roadmap for our company is we're grinding out the version 5, the 5th generation spikes with a partnership I'll talk about later. We're doing a multi-sport cleat for soccer, football, baseball, other field sports. And we're working on some collaborations with other brands. Traction. 4th generation just got to Denver. We've sent it out to customers. 1st generation was terrible. 2nd one a little bit better. 3rd one great. And now the 4th one, we've just made some minor adjustments. So we have thousands of customers that have provided feedback. We build that right into the product, and we've been pretty quick to iterate. So we're already working on the 5th generation, and our first one came out almost about a year ago. $50,000 a month in revenue. About half that comes from Amazon, half that comes from GolfKicks.com right now. We were on ABC's Shark Tank in October. Did a deal with Mark Cuban. Not sure if you saw it. They showed it again in January, so that was great for PR. Our website's based on the Shopify platform. We're working closely now with Amazon and their Launchpad team to learn the ropes and get better on Amazon. Over 10,000 customers with our traction. So our customers are fanatical. We have this awesome thing where people get their traction kit, they screw them into a pair of shoes, they're very proud. It's almost like an arts and crafts or art project, and they send us photos and videos. So we have a constant stream of happy customers, content that we can put back out there into the social media world, and it works really well. The opportunity, so golf shoes alone is like an $8 billion market, and a lot of people just wear sneakers out there anyway. So big market for golf. We're also moving into other sports now. So if you add soccer, football, baseball, and we can put a dent in that, it's probably 10 times the $8 billion market opportunity. Our team, so we've known each other forever. Matt and I grew up in Iowa together. He's very patient. He does all of our customer service. Krosky, cheapest guy on the planet. He manages our finances. I'm kind of the whimsical idea guy. And we have great advisors. Our Batchery people have been awesome. Talk to them all the time. We got another guy in Minneapolis in the pro sports world. And then Chris Gloday sold a company to Under Armour for a big number. We have experience in consumer goods before with a fly fishing product. So it's called the sushi roll, sold all over the world in fly shops. So that was a little experiment before GolfKicks. What's next? So we are doing a deal with Pride Sports. They are the world's largest manufacturer of traction. They make studs for lumberjacks, fly fishing boots, almost any soccer, football cleat you've ever seen, every golf spike you've ever seen. We're working on a deal with them to manufacture our product moving forward. So that's really cool, the golf product. We're coming out with turf kicks, multi-sport cleat, wear it for soccer, mowing your lawn, softball, baseball, football, ultimate frisbee. That's going to be called Turf Kicks. And we have collaborations going with other cool brands in the space. Our business model, direct to golfer through Amazon, GolfKicks.com. Like I said, revenue is about half and half right now. We have made about $550,000 so far, but we haven't really focused on revenue yet. Like I said, it's all been grinding on the product, making the product really work. And we're confident that once we get that right and figure out the cost per acquisition, digital cost per acquisition, then we can pour gas on the fire. Our competition. So the biggest competitor could be Pride Sports. That's who's going to be manufacturing for us. They make all the golf spikes out there. There was a company called Quick Spikes, made a harness, didn't really work out. And then we have other custom shoe creators like Nomad Customs, where you'll mail them a shoe, they'll make you a pair of Jordans, but it costs $1,000. So those guys almost help our cause because somebody can make their own custom shoes with our kit for $32. This other thing up here shows different segments of customers, and that really hasn't changed since we did the Batchery. We have people, mostly it's a look cool and be cooler than the rest of your golf foursome. So we have people screwing these into $300 Jordans. It's not really a money saving thing. But we also have kids, orthopedic needs, people that have size 18 foot, things like that happening. The investment opportunity. So we are raising $900,000 to take all of this learning and baking into the product that we've done and crank things up. It'll help us get in beyond golf, grow the marketing, try a few wild ideas that may or may not work out, and really take this thing to the next level. Contact us if you want to get involved. Thanks, everybody.
So it actually goes in really easy. It's crazy. Boom. Let's go.
How those feel?
They're so awesome. They're so comfy.
Hi, everyone. David here one last time. So great to hear from Tyler and to get the update, and congratulations to all of our Batch 10 companies who pitched earlier in the program. This concludes the live stream portion of the broadcast, but we have some other really cool stuff queued up for you that I'll tell you about in just a minute. First, I want to thank all of our startups for their hard work, agility, and progress through the course of the program. This has really been an exciting and phenomenal group to work with. I also want to thank all of our Batchery investor advisors for all of the advice, time, and consulting they've done with these startups to progress them through the program. In particular, I want to thank Josh Langenthal, Andre Carruthers, Leonid Golnick, and Ed Dua for their contributions leading our weekly roundtables, and to Dave Nagel, who worked with me on the deep dive class. And thanks to our staff, including our general manager, Peter Burkhart, and our marketing coordinator, Meryl Mindo, who keep the trains running on time and have put together this whole program for today. Lastly, thanks to all of our virtual attendees for tuning in today. In a second, you'll see a virtual link pop up on screen. This will take you to a dashboard where you can hop into Zoom meetings for live Q&A with our companies, log into our Slack workplace to chat with our companies and other attendees in real time, or log your interest in any company through our interest form. We'll take your info and connect you to the companies directly. Again, thanks to everyone. We hope you've enjoyed the show, and have a wonderful day and stay safe.